Hey everybody, it's Brenda with Foxy's Creations, and today we're doing yarn. It's a different yarn ideas. I got a crochet hook, but we may not need that, and yarn and our book and ephemeras that we made during the series, because we may want to put yarn on some. Hey Deborah, how are you? Thank you for coming. Yay! So we're working with yarn and our book and pockets and things. I don't have a lot of ideas for yarn, and it's really simple, the ideas that I do have. So we're just going to wait and see if other people's come. I meant to go live earlier, but life gets in the way sometimes. I'm so glad you caught it. I just started. That's so cool. So today was one of them days where the more you think you're about to get caught back up, it doesn't happen. You end up right back behind again. It was one of those kind of days today. So what have you been doing, Deborah? And tomorrow, I'm going to go live tomorrow just so we can finish out the series. I don't know what time. I have no idea what time. But we're going to do Z tomorrow, and I have a really cool idea for Z. You worked on some ATCs. Good. I saw, was it Pinterest that Brenda sent it from? I think it was a Pinterest post. It's like an ATC album. It's really cool looking. So you could probably, if you went like to Pinterest, type in ATC and then the word album, and it'll pull up. It's like an album to store your ATCs, and it was really cool looking. And I buffered for just a moment. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started. It'll just be us for now. There's Sheena. Hey, Sheena, how are you? Thank you for coming. What are you busy doing? Are you couponing, cutting coupons? Sheena is like a coupon guru. The grocery stores pay her money when she leaves. Hey, Tina, how are you? Thank you for coming. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Thank you for coming. So what I'm gonna move the book aside because we don't need it just yet. And what we're doing, we're gonna start with, and this is just old yarn from my stash. I made a baby blanket years and years ago. We're gonna start with a simple chain stitch because this is something you can do with your fingers. You don't need anything else. You never play with coupons. So what I do is I just cross it over like you're going to tie a knot, but we're not. We're going to just pull this loop through and tighten it down. And then you just, well, you can leave it big enough to get your fingers in. I pull it, and this is the same string is going to always tighten, but you don't want to pull it so tight because we may want to dangle things off of here eventually. That's what I'm thinking. Put it on a page. You know how we made the dangles last night with the chain? This is a chain. It's just not metal. So you could technically, and I'll show you that when we get it longer. We only need it long enough to go in a pocket. Very tired, but don't want to go to bed. I find myself, I'll be falling asleep in our recliner in the living room. So I'll get up and go to bed. I get to the bedroom and I'm still really tired until I lay down. And then it seems like I am wide awake and wired. And I don't know why that happens, but it can be very annoying. So I'm just pulling it. And I'm actually using this same thread to pull tight. Well, well, it don't matter, I don't guess, which one you use to pull it. No, that won't pull it tight. You do have to pull that one. So see, what we have is a little chain. So what I'm thinking, several different things we could do with our little chain. And I did pull it tight with that one that time. So if you pull it through and then pull, yep, see, it'll pull it tight. You just don't want to, you can pull it so tight you can't get anything in your chain. Now, I've not seen anybody do this. I'm not saying they haven't. I'm just saying I hadn't seen it. So we're going to make this one. Let's see, we got a pocket somewhere. In our little stuff we made, well, let's not use the acetate pocket. Oh, that's like a tag pocket. And it doesn't really go. We could decorate this. So let's say we need it longer. So we're going to make some more. Right, you just can't make up your mind. Thank you, Sheena. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Thanks for coming. So we're just making a little chain. Now, do any of you crochet? I know very basic crochet stitches, but I can crochet. And I have a corner-to-corner stitch that if any of you crochet would make a very cute cornerish kind of pocket. Or just decorate up a corner on a pocket. And it only takes about, with this kind of yarn, 3 or 4, well, 3 rows easy would do it. So you could whip up corner pockets in no time. And see, this is something that once you get to doing it, it's just like a blind sitting on the couch watching TV kind of thing. Oh, a backing for your, oh, that sounds pretty. Henny, you're just basic. Okay. When we get through with this and all the different ideas for just this, I mean, just doing this right here, there's a lot you can do with this little chain. We're almost all the way across. So if all you can do is this, I think this is going to be the last stitch that we need. Let's back out. Okay, so now we need scissors. And now to tie a knot, we're actually going to just pull it through now. And pull it tight. And on this side, it's already done that way. We're going to snip some off. So what I'm thinking is this lays flat. We've got it going from end to end. You could just glue it down and then cut your little ends off. You could wrap it around to the back and glue that part. But see, like this is where you could, let me grab some bulb pins. We're going to get into the little rusty container. You could take a bulb pin and just put it through your chain, one of your loops. Like that. And you can hang a charm off of it. So you could dangle some charms down through here. You could just do one charm in the middle. You could, like we did yesterday when we made these, and we just hung the stuff off of them. You could take this, do the same kind of thing, fold it in half, and use these chain loops to dangle stuff. This is very light, so you could do something like that. You can include it as part of your tassel. Let's find that longer one. So see, it could be part of the tassel. You could put a jump ring in here and connect it, and then it would be part of your dangle, and just cut these little strings off. It could go down the side of a page like this. Let's get the book back because that's probably not a good view. So instead of using lace on your page, find us an empty page. Here we go. This could be glued, well, if it was longer, on the side of a page as a decoration. Because it's relatively flat, you could glue it. Let's get back our envelope. You could make a frame out of it. I could tie these two ends together. So we're going to pretend they're tied. And now it's a frame on something. And I could put a picture behind that and have a frame. You could still put dangles on your frame. So you could put it on here and, you know, different kind of patterns. We wouldn't need to make it longer, but we could even put it, if we wanted to, which lace is harder to work with. But see, we could rim this edge of this pocket. You've made Barbie doll clothes? Oh, wow. And you started 3 years ago, Tina? That's cool. And learned by watching YouTube. That is awesome. My grandmother taught me how to crochet when I was 12, but I didn't really crochet. I crocheted a pot holder then, but I didn't really crochet a baby blanket or anything till I was in my early 20s, maybe. And then I decided one year I was going to make them for Christmas presents. Oh, wow, Brenda. A blanket for your daughter? Oh, that's awesome. So this is one option, and I think this option gives you a lot of options because you can make a dangle. You can add things to it. You could even take, like we made this paper clip. Where did our little bulb pin go? Well, I'll get a new one. I may have put it back in the bucket. You could make a bookmark for your journals. But see, we could take this, and it could be a bookmark for a journal. Where is our journal? So here's where you could put like a little loop up here, tie this to the loop, or start your crochet around the loop. And then it could become like a flat bookmark for in your journal that's movable. This little tail would be gone. So that's an idea. You could just have this as a bookmark itself with nothing on it, but this at least adds weight. So you could just put like the little charm on there, on here, and not have the bulb pin. We could take a jump ring and add the paper clip that way. So lots of different things that you can do with a chain of yarn. And you can find yarn at thrift stores. It sometimes goes on sale at Walmart. You can find inexpensive yarn. And this is just yarn I had left over and keep it in a scrap box for making a baby blanket. And it's the variegated baby colors. So lots of different things. That we can do with this. And I really like it on the side of the page. I think that's really pretty. And I'm working on a sewing journal for Artsology. And technically, this could be considered sewing in a way. You're sewing with yarn and a crochet hook. So I may have to embellish some of my somethings with that. So I'm going to show you a really easy corner stitch that we can make a corner pocket in little or no time. And if you can chain stitch, if you can do the chain stitch and a double crochet and a slip stitch, that's it. So, pull some yarn out of here. You're going to start same way. You're just going to pull you a loop, and I always end up with a tail. And you are going to make 6 of those little chains that we just had. And I probably don't hold my yarn correctly. I am not worried about that. Okay, let's get this where I can work with. Oh, I haven't crocheted in so long, you guys. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. I don't have enough yarn pulled. 4, and that one slipped. 5, and then 6. Now, we're going to skip. We're going to go back from the beginning and count over 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to wrap our yarn over our hook, go into that third one, grab a loop and pull it. So now we have 3 on here, and pull it through 2 and then pull it through 2. Wrap it over, go over to the next one and pull it through so you get 3 again, and then pull it through 2 and pull it through 2. And then go over to that very last one, which is somewhere on here, and pull it through, and then go through 2 and go through 2. And this is our corner. So now we're going to make 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've made several Afghans this way because they go quick. And we're going to go back to the third one over. So 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go through it. Pull it through. Now you have 3. Through 2. Through 2. Wrap it over through the next one. So we have 3 again. Go through 2. Go through 2. Go through that last one. We have 3 again. And then go through 2. Go through 2. Now what you have to do, it looks like a bra. This is how you know you did it right. It looks like a bra. Flip this one up. So now it looks like a weird bra. Put your knee, there's a loop right here where we had that chain 3. When we went back, we're going to put the needle in there, grab the thread, and come through the loop that we had and pull tight. That's a slip stitch. Right, it's a cluster. Now we have to make 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go back down to the third one from the end. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to go in. And I'm running out of yarn again. And wrap it around. Go into the next one. And now you got 3 again. And you're going to just come through 2. Come through 2. Go through that third one. Come through 2. Come through 2. So what you're going to always have is 4. The 3 on the end plus the 3 you're making. Now we have to flip it over. Because this is our corner. We don't have anywhere to slip stitch to on there. Sounds like counting sheep. And we're going to slip stitch back in this one again. So we're just going to go in and grab our thread and pull it through our loop and pull it tight. And now we got to we just have to do 3. 1, 2, 3. You only do 6 at the ends. Now we got to make 3 more of these. So there's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Now we're at the end. There's nothing to connect to at all. So we have to make 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be our last row. We're going to go back down here to this third one. And we're just going to do the same thing. Get 3 on there. And then pull through 2, pull through 2. My wrist is popping because I haven't done this in forever. And it's not used to doing this. Hope y'all can't hear that. If you do hear that cracking noise, it's my wrist popping. And then we got to flip it up and slip stitch again. And now we do 3. And then we do go under that loop, pull it up. Same thing we've been doing, except we're going through the loop this time. And we do 3 of those. Hot dogs are bad. Oh, Jenny, sometimes that's a tough choice. So we got our 3. We're going to slip stitch into this one by going under the loop and just pulling it through and pulling it tight. And chaining 3. And then we go over the yarn through the loop, pull up so you have 3. And then do that. And we want 3 of these little chains or posts. Okay. And this is where we're going to end it off. Because I think if that was more squared, and we can make it more squared, that's a good corner. So I'm going to cut my thread and pull it all the way through and pull it tight. So let's trim our ends off. In very little time, we made this. So what I would do with this is put it, and this was our original corner. I would work with it first of all because it's not very, this one was way too loose comparatively. I would need to work with this a little bit somehow. I'm feeling some kind of way about my corner here. Why is it not working? It's supposed to make a corner. Okay, this one didn't work because this is too loose down here. I pulled it tighter. So if we got rid of this, we'll just take that off the paper for a minute so you can see. If that corner didn't exist and we were all evenly stitched, it would be on there. You could technically poke holes in your paper. We can do that. I'll show you. Scrap paper. Here's a scrap. So let's do it. Hole punchy. I need my hole punch. And it's probably not in the drawer it goes in, which means it's on. It says in. Okay, so I'm going to hole punch down this page. 2. We want to go down far enough to do something cute. And it would be, okay, hang on, guys. Let me put my hole punches in a straight line. That's horrible. That was horrible. Okay, we're going to try again. We only probably need to do about half of this sheet. And I'm still not straight. We're going to pretend like they're straight. Let's go a couple of more. Okay. So, again, if you know the basics, I am going to put this through here. Pull my little tail back some. And just grab my yarn and pull. Now, pulling this tight, you don't want to pull it so tight that you cinch your paper down. Okay, that didn't start good because there's not a knot at the end of that. We need to make a knot. Okay, wait a minute. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just doing it around the edge of paper. So, how in the world? Getting this started. Okay, let's do it this way. Yes. And then pull my yarn up from the back side, and there we go. Now we have a knot. Pull it around to the top edge of the paper, though. Okay. Now, I know that there's not enough room for me just to go straight down into that hole, so, and it needs to be this way. So the pretty side's going to be on the back because that's the way I crochet. If I can ever get this going, we'll have it made. Get the little tail down in there. There we go. Okay. I'm going to wrap the yarn over twice and then go down through the hole. Over once, go through the hole, grab the yarn. Now I have 3 again, and I'm going to make my little stitch. Wrap it over, go through. Over, down. And this is how you make like the crochet dish towels, the ones you cut in half and you crochet the top of them. You poke holes in the material with the needle and crochet through it. And then there's some kind of pattern I've never been able to figure out. But it's done basically this way. We're just doing this with paper. Oops, that didn't work good. So, now I know there are people who crochet flowers. I don't have any idea how to make a crocheted flower. But this I could do on a page. And you could do this with your little crochet thread. Okay, so now that we're here, I want to stitch 3 because that's how tall my little doolollies are. Now, you can take, you did this 3, skip a stitch. So don't go back in here, but skip and go over. I wrapped over it. Wrap it over, skip the next stitch, go down in. Wrap it over it, skip the next stitch, go in. And then we're going to do clusters across the top and make like a little shells. And then we're going to be done. Skip this next stitch, go in. Skip the next stitch and go in. And then skip the next stitch, go into the original one. And I just tore my paper, that's okay. That one was too close to the edge. It doesn't matter. Okay, now we're going to go back, and in these open spaces, we're going to put 3 clusters. So we're going to do wrap around, go through the thing. If my needle will work. That's 1, 2, 3. Go into this next little spot. 1. I don't know how this is going to look, you guys. I've never done this before. We're just doing this on the whim. Brenda says she's passing on the hot dogs before bed. That would give me heartburn, I think. 2 and 3. One and 2. And it should come out kind of ruffledy looking. It's not coming out like I wanted it to. Nope, let's undo that. So we're going to do the 3. Slip stitch into the next one, because that's what we're going to do. We're just going to slip stitch it in there, make that kind of pointed, and then go over to the next one. Aha, that's going to do what I wanted. But we got to chain some first, right? Yes. Or just go over it and slip under it. Go over it and slip under it. 1. When you're making this stuff up as you go. 2. This will give us the little ruffled edge I was looking for. 3. Slip stitch into the next opening. And then wrap it over and go into the next opening, and we're going to put 3 again. 1. That's 2. And there is 3. And we're just going to slip stitch over into this opening. And that's where we're going to be done, I think. And our paper is not lying flat anymore because I bunched it up too much. But let's end it and see what we got. Just put it through there and pull. So if we glue our paper down, I'm going to trim the ends off our paper. Just the end pieces, because we don't need those. And if we took this pocket and let's trim our tails a little bit better. And we glued this down, just the paper part. Now this is kind of puffy. So this is going to add some poofy to your journal. But it's very cute. And it's got like a little scalloped edge on it. So I should have done that different. What I should have done was probably go into each of these holes twice. Oh, I know, Jenny. I have it too. You chose white chocolate pudding. Oh, see, now that sounds like a much better choice. So there's a lot of things you can do with your yarn. You could even just take, let's play. So I'm just going to take yarn. And we're going to cut that in half. We're going to fold it again. Cut that in half. Fold it again. I think y'all see where this is going. Cut that in half one last time. And I'm not sure I would cut that. At this point, what I might do is grab my gold wire. And the wire cutters, which we had yesterday, and they're still on my desk somewhere. I would pull this up, hold this tight, and grab the flat nose pliers, guys. Hold it and twist it. So it gets good and twisted tight. Now you have these two things. I'm going to pull them together and treat them as one wire, and take my round nose pliers wrap that one that way. I'm going to wrap this one around that same direction, it looks like. Get them back together. And snip them off. Now, I have a double loop. It's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to squish it together. And if my threads were the same length, it would be kind of awesome. But I have this little tassel thing, and I am going to snip because my threads went crazy on me. There we go. So now we have this little tassel thing that you can hang from somewhere in your journal. You can hang it from, where the strings are in the middle. No yarn at your Goodwills. That's funny, Jenny. Oh, wow. We'll try not to jump around and stuff since you just ate food on your bed. And it may get a little crowded in there. So this is something you can hang. When you sew your journal, your signatures in, and you have the strings, you could hang this from those strings and have it come out the bottom of your journal. How cute would that be? This is not sewed in yet, but we can pretend. Let me just set it in there. And this has 3 signatures. But how cute would that be, just hanging out the bottom of your journal? That's fun. I think that's just fun. You could make it be a bookmark that hangs out the bottom. So this is something that we could, where did our little chain go we made? Attach this chain to by putting it through this loop. Oh, if I could just thread through the loop. Go, little yarn. There we go. And we are going to tie this on here. Oh, wait. Let's don't tie it on. Let's snip it off a little bit shorter. Let's get a jump ring. Where'd the gold ones go? Let's make it look correct. Take a jump ring. Get our pliers back. Put that on the jump ring. Put our jump ring through that little loopy. So now we have this. You could apply glue down here to this end so that you could get rid of this. Another thing you can do, burn it. Not too far. And then just snip off the really burnt looking parts, y'all. But yeah, and it's not, well, it might pull out. No, no, no. It wasn't supposed to go back that far. Let me pull it tight again. Okay, that's good. Yep. So now this could go through a loop at the top of our journal, and we have this bookmark that can be moved around from page to page. Oh, we're going to the potty first. Oh, no. Yes, we could make pom-poms. I have a pom-pom maker, and see, this just came off. How did it come off? Hang on. My jump ring's not closed. This came off the jump ring because my jump ring's not closed all the way, so we'll put it right back on there. Now, I felt metal rubbing together that time, so it should be good. So this is definitely something you could do as a bookmark. I think it's a very cute bookmark. You could still put this in half and have two of these little dangles. Put another one on this side. Lots of things. I don't know. So this might be a new way for you all to look at yarn. Just lots of different things to do with your yarn. If you have yarn. And I have a whole box of scrap yarn from making baby blankets and afghans and stuff. And I have a bin about to fall off its little things over here. I'm trying to figure out, oh, because it's missing a screw. Okay. I really like the idea, though, of doing this around the pocket. Just putting that on there around that pocket edge. I think that's really cool looking. And it accentuates our little thumb hole. Oh, yes, you could dangle sequins off of here on jump rings. That would be awesome. Or you could just sew them on. You know, put your thread, your yarn through the middle and pull it through one of these. Use your crochet hook or one of these large eye needles. This might be a little tricky. This is where you need to do this to get your yarn to thread. Pull it tight, pinch it, roll the needle over it, and then pull it through. But see, something like this, you could put your sequin. If this will go through your sequin is what the key is going to be. And just work it through a hole. So yes, you could sew to this once you have your chain made. So this basic little chain can do a lot. So if all you do is this and then this. Right. Now, I remember taking the yarn and straws. Did y'all do that? Where you had the yarn and you had the 4 or 5 straws and you wove it in and out, in and out. And then it made this like poofy bookmarky thing. You could do that. So we kind of like, if you used your fingers, it'd be kind of like going like this and back. And you just kept going and sliding it down and sliding it down. Pom-poms for roller skates. That's funny. So lots of different things you could do. And if you don't have wire to do this with, that's not a problem. Use your yarn. Take one of your pieces or just take a new piece and wrap it around here. You can tie it first and then wrap it. And when you're done, make it kind of blend in. Because that's how I did the tassel on my flocking friend journal last year. I used embroidery thread and did that way. So really, that's the only ideas for yarn I had. I just thought, let's work with yarn and do something different with yarn that we may not have done. I wish this had come out better. But like I said, if we take this one off, just kind of tuck it in. It makes a cute little corner. That you could tuck something under. And then this is really cute. It's going to be, but this is going to add, I'm not going to lie, these two are going to add a lot of bulk to your journal. This is not going to add hardly any bulk because it's so much thinner. So this is what I would go with. Something like this down the edge of a page, maybe with a charm hanging off of it or two. On a bulb pin, a bookmark like this. Lots of different ideas. So what do you guys think? You could sew it to your pages. Yes. Right. Sew the side of pockets. Right. You could do that with the yarn. You could like do blanket stitch with your yarn on your pockets. You could definitely do that. Let's see. Let's find the paper. I have scrap paper all over my desk, you guys. So just bear with me a moment. We'll find one. There's a scrap. So this does not go with that yarn. The light blue yarn it would have gone with, but I didn't grab that one. Now, we're going to do this kind of a pocket. Let's put our thumb hole on it first when I find my punch for that. And I'm going to just guesstimate where halfway is. That looks pretty good. And it was off, but we're good. So now we do need to poke holes, but I don't want my holes to be this big. This big. So I'm going to go with this tool. And we're going to poke holes. The awl would work. Your pokey tool. I just like having them pre-poked. And kind of in a straight line would be good. Oh, that is cool, Jenny. Polymer clay beads on the ends. Yes. You could even, guys. Okay. I haven't tried this, but I don't think the yarn is going to bake or melt. It could at 275 degrees. It could. Depends on your yarn. If it's cotton, it's not going to. Paper towels don't burn in the oven at that for an hour. And they're paper. So I am thinking you could take polymer clay. We'll do that when I'm playing with polymer clay for Christmas in July. And form it to the ends. And bake it on it. Then you don't have to have knots or anything. You could do that. Spell with cursive and then lay yarn on it. So I'm just going to continue poking my... You know what? We're going to just do it with the needle that I just put up. Let me get a big, long piece of yarn. And get my needle back. And I'm just going to pinch it. And roll the eye of the needle over it and grab it through. Okay. And there we go. Now it's through. And I will be... Yep, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I am going to... Now, Deborah, how would you tie this off? Well, I got a long piece of yarn. I don't think we need all that. So, snippy. Would you just tie like a loose knot? That's what we're going to do, I think. And I got to try to remember what blanket stitch is. I said, yeah, let's just do blanket stitch. I think that's where you wrap it around. Yeah, that's what it is. And come back up through here. And having the holes pre-made is going to be easier. So let's go with our pokey tool. And hopefully not stab us. There's a hole there. Where is a book? I'm a crafter and I don't have an empty book handy. And that hole is off. Let's go back down this way. It's just going to be easier to have the holes pre-poked than trying to poke them after the fact. Or with the needle. There we go. And keep in mind, I should have drew this with a ruler. But this is going to get us a rough idea of what this is going to look like. And you can't get too close to the edge or you will rip your paper when you're putting your stitches on it. And one last one. Right there. Back to the needle. Go back up through here. It's still a long piece of thread. Up through the next one. And you would want to draw a line on here and poke your holes accordingly. I did not do that. Yeah, she did do that. Dangle on the end, double loop tie. Carol Duvall was awesome. She really was. I was thinking maybe I missed a hole, but no, I put these ones way far apart. We're just going to go. Oh, that's too far. There is one in between. It is right. There we go. Carol Duvall was awesome. And I came unthreaded, so back to here we go. This is kind of awesome. I am looking for where I poked the hole. Right there. It is hard to see on this paper, you guys. And there's the next one. And they're closer together now because I had it down on the mat and was poking them. Oh, that ripped. That's okay. We just make sure when we get it in the next one not to do that. I pulled it too tight. Okay. And then I'm going to go back through that same hole to create a loop. Then I'm not going to pull all the way tight yet. That I can pull the needle up through. And now I can pull it tight. And I'm going to go back up underneath that again. Through the loop. And pull it and then cut it off. So you could do both sides of this like that. And then glue it down. Or paper clip it. I think that's awesome. What do you, I mean, it's not perfect because I didn't plan to do that. Hey, Misty, how are you? Night, Jenny. Thank you for coming. Yes, you could do that. Deborah, and you can put dangles on here as you're going as well. So yeah. I am doing good. Thank you. So yes. And we would definitely want to go down through here. Let's see. I'm going to turn it over. And I am going to try to poke these holes in a much straighter line and finish this pocket. 1, 2. We are playing with yarn today, Misty. Sewing things with it, making crocheted chains with it, and that one's not lined up. It's close. We're going to come back down a little bit. And now we are sewing on a pocket with yarn. And I'm poking holes in my paper to sew through. And this will be the last hole right here. Okay. So come up to the back. Tie our little knot, which we can trim the little tail off later or leave the tail hanging. You know how people leave the threads on their books? You could do the same thing with the tails of your yarns. Just leave them hanging down. Okay, so now we're ready to start the stitching. And the holes went through the other way. So there we go. And this is where you could, let's take and get one of these little flower charms off of here. It's on a jump ring. Let's do that. We're going to hijack a flower. We'll hijack this one. It's on a jump. This one's not on a jump ring, but this one is. So we're going to hijack it. I'm going to find my other pair of pliers, which are right in front of me. Well, there's the jump ring. Let's open this up. And open up this side of this pearl. And I'm going to keep that because I can hang this on something. I just need to close it back up first so I don't lose my pearl. Oh, well, I bent it too far back. Okay, there we go. Now, let's keep the pearl on this one. Let's keep the pearl. Take that off. Close this back. I want to make a better dangle. I'm going to pinch my finger shut. Or pinch my finger off is what I should be saying. This is fiddly. And Misty will tell you this is fiddly. And I want to add this jump ring back to here. Take my other pliers, twist this one shut. Okay, we're going to go up further, I think, and then add it. So we're going to go up a couple of more stitches before we add that on, but we're going to sew that on here at the same time. Now there is a hole right there. Yep, there we go. Like I said, this paper isn't the best for seeing the holes. Get the tail out of the way. Now let me check on chat. Oh, wow, Brenda. Now you yarn Misty. That's funny. Kind of like the elf on the shelf, but she made it out of yarn. Cool. And felt and stuff. Oh, yeah. A lot of dolls had yarn hair. My Hobby Lobby doll, before Cabbage Patch, I was Cabbage Patch came out after I was way after I was in high school, but I had a Hobby Lobby doll. And my Hobby Lobby doll was a rag doll, and she had yarn hair. Raggedy Ann and Andy had red yarn hair. They were rag dolls, and they had yarn hair. So yarn hair was out way before Cabbage Patch did it. Thinking when I get up to about there is where I want to add that charm on here. So, Misty, what do you think? This is a cool idea? I'm off camera because I got to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to get back on camera. And there is a hole right there. Right there. I can see us all sewing on blanket stitched pockets to our journals. Oh, that's where I want to add the charm. Now, where did our charm go? Is that it? That's it. Let's thread through there. And I want to pull the charm around to the front. And I think this is our last hole. I may put another one with the needle because I want to be closer to the top. Yeah. So we're just going to poke a hole, freeform, right there. And I am going to go on and go through the loop, pull it, and go back through it. And then go back through that loop and pull it. And this is where we're going to cut our string off. And I'm going to trim these little strings. But they would be cute hanging on a page. And I'm going to trim that one. So now let's get our book back. And let's say we put this pocket like right here. Oh, backwards thumb hole. So now we got to see that was backwards. So we're going to just wind our little charm back around to the front. And there we have it. A cute little pocket you can put in our book that's got yarn on the sides of it. No gluing other than to put it in the paper. Let's just glue it. Well, let's not glue it maybe next to that pink lace, but let's find us a spot. Here is good. And so I want to use the tacky glue. When I get it shook down to the end, this was a good idea, Deborah. They would. And we have maybe some little tags we can put in this pocket And I am just going to glue down the yarn. I want to make a a pocket from our pocket. So I'm going to go, I am only going to glue that part. Get our little thing back around here, and it's got glue on now, so I'll clean that off. Okay. We made tags for in this journal. Let's just find one. And let's do this. Let's move that back out of the way. Where did our hole punch go? Right. Nope. Right up here. Let's put our hole in here. And now I am going to take a few links of this. Well, 2 would probably do it. Let's do a third one anyway. Three links. Try to get them to all go through this hole at the same time. That worked. And then just pull the little tails through. And because I think that's a little bit tall, we're going to give it a haircut. And now we can put that in our pocket. And that's actually in the pocket. But we also have, that one's too wide, a behind the pocket. So again, we'll take this tall tag, snip, that's probably way too far down, snip a hole. We have that yarn. That's 4 pieces. We'll go with that. And I'm going to trim off the weird wonky one. I am not going to push this all the way down behind this pocket because our glue is not dry yet. But it would go in like that. And stick up at the top. Oh, thank you, Misty. This is still, we're almost to the end of the series. Tomorrow is Z. Oh, and y'all, my husband said what we should do for this. This was from last week where we were doing the underlayments and we were checking to see if when they're dry and you re-wet them, do they reactivate? Elmer's was a yes. Weld Bond, which was surprising, was a yes. Distress ink did not reactivate when we wet it. It didn't move at all. Tacky glue did not wet again. See, here we wet this and stuck paper to it. Weld Bond did the same thing. He said we may have should have let the Weld Bond cure. So, in the interest of seeing if that's true, because maybe we should have, but we didn't let anything else, and that's what I told him. If we're comparing apples to apples, nothing else got a chance to cure either. We just let them get dry. So I am going to take this paper, because the tacky glue dried and it did not stick at all, or it wouldn't reactivate. We're going to just put a dot of this on here. I'm going to set it up to dry, and then tomorrow we're going to check it. and see if we give it time to cure, if that happens. So I'm just going to put it up there out of the way, let it dry. We're going to forget about it till tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to be live tomorrow. It just really depends on the day, but I am going to go live tomorrow. So, and we have our little charm on that pocket that we sewed on. And I'm going to take this out because I don't want it to get glued in back there, but we're going to leave it there because that's where it's going to go. The only other thing after tomorrow is going to be putting all the embellishments we've made in here, which I'm going to put this paper in here because this is going to kind of be where I store that kind of information. So we've got tags made. We've got tuck spots and pockets. And like this is a tag with a pocket, and it's pretty. We're not going to glue her down. So this is all the stuff we've made so far to go. What did that? Oh, that came off that one corner that didn't have anything on it. So we're going to glue it down this time. It came off of here. We'll just add some glue behind it. Sometimes stickers don't stick. Oh, it goes this way because of the writing on the pocket. There we go. So we've got tags. There's more stuff in a other thing over there. So these were made during the sticker day. And then we've got this pocket with the lace on it. Let's do this. Well, I don't know how we want to use this yet. See, Misty, one of the ideas that we had was making just a simple chain of crochet that you could finger crochet. And look what this does to the thumb hole on our pocket. Is that not the cutest? Forget the tassel-y part. We added that later. But then we decided it could be a bookmark in a journal. So, is Misty leaving us? Oh, bye, Misty. Thank you for coming, and you have a great rest of your evening. So we have a tassel that we could use as a bookmark or dangle. We could put this on a page. I may make another one. That didn't take long. Let's make another one real fast. Because I do want to put one on that pocket. I like the idea. So I'm just going to pull out a piece of yarn. And I'm going to do this with the crochet hook because I can do it lots faster with the crochet hook. When I figure out where I laid it down. And I get all my yarns going the right way. There we go. And once I get it started, we'll be good. No. Well, that one pulled out. That's okay. You can always go back and get it again. I think I made that way too long. I did. So if we start it, well, let's just go from the edge and come around. Yep, so I can go a few more stitches and do that. And then I think I'm going to let the yarn dangles dangle. Okay, let's see where we are because I'm about to run out of yarn. Wait, I missed somewhere back here. Let's go back. I missed a strand. Okay, we'll stop there. Let's see where we are. And we want to lay it all flat. Oh, I can go back to... That's good. Let me pull this up so I can pull my thread through it. And pull it. So now we're going to put a bead of tacky glue on here. I'm just going to pat it down really good. And trim that off with the bottom. Same with this one, but I am going to let them just dangle free. And there we have it. I think that's cute, and that's going to be really cute in a journal, and it's not going to add a lot of bulk to the page because we've got it laid down flat. I may need to put some more tacky glue under there if that didn't hold, but that's cool. I think that's cute. And then we just have our little dangles. I'm going to leave it alone so it can dry. But I think that's very cute, and that's going to be very pretty in any kind of a journal. Can you imagine doing this like in a baby book or a baby album or something like that? Wouldn't that be cute? Wait till you see what we do tomorrow with Z. Do y'all what do y'all think we're going to do tomorrow with the letter Z? And Brenda, you already know, so don't answer. And this is going in our journal somewhere. That would make a good baby. Oh, you know, this would also be a cute tassel in a baby book or bookmark for a baby book. So any ideas for the letter Z? I think y'all are going to like it. And we're going to put this probably, or one of our tassels that we made, one of our dangly things, we're going to put somewhere in our journal. Save my little pink bead. I think this would be pretty for a fairy journal with fairy charms on it. I have fairy charms. Oh, we need to maybe put a fairy charm on here. But I think my fairy charms are silver, so I would need to color them gold first. But that is just too cute. I'm trying to see if I could rotate how these are hanging. Probably not. But they're cute. It does need a fairy charm. A mushroom. Ooh, a mushroom charm would be cool. So no one's going to guess about the Z options? I can't tell you because things happen. But I thought it was an original idea. I have found out since it is not an original idea. About 10 years ago, there was a video using this idea. So everybody's done stuff at some point. So this is just adorable. No connection. Are we still here? Can y'all still hear me? Hello, everybody. Let me see. I am typing in chat because I'm not sure y'all can still hear me. Oh, Brenda says yes. Yay, I was beginning to worry. So, Brenda. There is a book on that river, or Deborah? Oh, wow. I did not know that. Hey, Patricia, how are you? I did not know that. Interesting. I'm glad to hear that. So we were doing yarn today. We made a yarn chain and put it on a pocket. we have made another yarn chain, and we talked about how you could put it on the side of the page, but then we put a little tassel on here and decided that you can make a bookmark for your journals, that kind of thing. What else did we do with the yarn? Oh, we made this with paper, and it's going to be poofy if you glue it on here, but it's a cute embellishment. It's just going to add bulk, so I wouldn't make a lot of these. We made this little cornery kind of like thing, and you could put it in a corner, but again, it's going to add bulk. But it is cute. Now, if you were to make these with, say, crochet thread or embroidery thread, they would not be as bulky as with the yarn. So that's an idea. But because this is just a simple chain and it can lay flat, it won't add as much bulk. But I think that's just adorable. I just want to make sure we didn't glue it to our pocket, which we did over here. Let's unglue. Let's free up the pocket. Our glue seeped out. There we go. So this is going to go in our little journal. This is going to go in our journal. One of the tassels we made yesterday, and probably this dangly, is going to go in our journal. And I was asking if anybody had any ideas on what Z could be, besides Brenda, because she knows. And I'm trying to clean my desk off. And I was working on ideas for some Christmas in July projects, because I want to do Christmas in July for a week. Oh, Deborah, that's a good guess, maybe. Yep, that's a good guess. Possibly could be. Or zebra stripe paper. Z was hard. And Patricia, since you're on here and we're going to do that Christmas in July hop thing, I was kind of thinking doing the hop on the 25th of July. And then like that would kick off like a whole week of Christmas in July that I want to do. Or I could do it the week before that and we could end it on the 25th. Are you okay with doing it on the 25th? Like that's when you would need your video ready to go up for the hop. The 25th, which is over a week away. Like a week and a half or something. So I've got a couple of things to do. Oh, cool. So I'm going to get together the list of everybody. 13 days. Zen Doodle. Ooh, Penny. Oh, and hi and welcome, Penny. A Zen Doodle. What are Zen Doodles? That's where you just draw, right, at random. Kind of like what Lizzie was doing on her channel where she scribbled. She called it a scribble doodle thing. Sounds like the same kind of thing, I think. Yes, we could do Zen Doodles on paper. And Penny, I think this is your first time on the channel, so welcome to my channel. So yes, Zen Doodles would be an option. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and I think Lizzie did one the other day on a recorded, and she called it a scribble thing. Then she scribbled in all the little areas. But it's the same kind of thing. So that would be cool. That would be awesome, like to do on jelly printed paper, and then just do one of those all over it. And then I was going to say which you could do markers or something to color in different areas of your thing. That would make some cool background paper. I think it would be awesome background paper. Now, I don't know when I'm going to go live tomorrow. I'm going to try to get on here in the afternoon, but the way my life has been working lately, I'm not going to promise anything. Because as I said earlier, this was one of those days where it didn't matter. I got behind and I thought I could get caught up. And just as I thought I was caught up, I got behind again. Didn't work good. So one of the Christmas things we're going to do, Ramona, y'all have heard me talk about Ramona. She's my friend who does beading. And Ramona has, for a couple of years, when she does things like buy these, and then they don't work how she wants them to work or for her purpose, they get put in a Brenda box. And then when we visit each other, I get the Brenda box. So she ordered these little match boxes over a year ago. I don't know what she was going to do with them, but it didn't work. We're going to make Christmas somethings with these little match boxes. And I have a whole bunch of little match boxes because they went in the Brenda box. These are another item that she ordered from somewhere. I'm going to figure out something to do with these as well. And they didn't do what she needed them to do. She's a beater. So she was going to beat around them or something. And they went in the Brenda box. Or she didn't need this many. It could have been something that simple. So zigzag. Oh, Deborah. I didn't think about that. And I have a sewing machine. Zigzag would have been great. Oh. I need to watch more Patty Tolley Parrish. Patty Tolley Parrish has a channel here on YouTube, and she does some awesome jelly printing. And I need to watch more of her before I try it again. Thank you, Patricia. Ramona's awesome. And so she's coming next Friday night. So I'll be live during the day Friday next week. But she'll be here next night for the weekend. And she said she has to come because the Brenda box is overflowing. So, and that's, see, I don't know what to call that. It's not really a happy mail because it wasn't mailed. So what would you call that? A happy gift? A happy, because I'm sure it's going to be showable stuff. I know one thing that's in it only because her and her hubby had to go to Lowe's to get something. And she called me last week from Lowe's and said, okay, I'm at Lowe's. I'm at the Oops Paint. And we were talking on Facebook Live. And I have to go watch that video too, Brenda, because I want to see those. A happy delivery. Oh, Patricia, that is awesome. That's what we'll call it. And I'll put up a video. And so they were at the Oops Paint, and she turned the camera around and she said, what colors do you need? It's 50 cents a jar. And I'm like, well, I really know that I need like a brown and I need this color. And she got 4. So I know that in the Brenda box are 4 little jars about this size of Oops Paint and about that big around. 50 cents a jar. So I know those are in there. I have no idea what else is in the Brenda box. I never know till she gets here. And I'm always excited to see the Brenda box stuff. And she's a beater, and she buys by the project. So when a project is over, if there are beads left over, it doesn't matter if it's 10 beads or half a bag of beads. They go in the Brenda box. And here's Ramona's way of thinking. She's like, no matter what I give you, you find something to do with it. So she doesn't mind giving me her leftover stuff because she knows I'm going to figure out a thing to do. And over the goodie box. I'm going to use the happy delivery when I put up the video for that. I think that would be awesome because I never know what's in there. It's kind of like getting a happy mail, but it's never mailed. I'm either at her house and I get the Brenda box, or she comes here and there's the Brenda box. So, and y'all have heard me talk about Ramona a couple of times on here. She's just a really cool person and a really close friend. So we're going to be working with those match boxes. Now, I saw a video the other day, but mine don't look like the video. It's my own take on it. And I'm trying to remember whose channel. It was G.I. Kerr, Kerr. She had a thing, and she wasn't doing Christmas ones, but she was doing altered matchboxes. I'm doing Christmas ones, and they're different than what she was doing. Because here's the thing. These matchboxes, I put that one back in the bag. Hers were a real matchbox because it has the striking plate on it. It's thicker than these. They're taller. So this, I think Ramona got these from Amazon or eBay. They're not as tall as a normal matchbox. So I'm kind of having to, and they're not as sturdy either, you guys. You saw that and skipped it. The real ones are more sturdy than this, but I have managed to make 4 of what I'm going to make out of these, and they're very cute and very cool. And it is going to be altered matchboxes. One of the Christmas in July things. So they're going to be Christmassy. And one that I used on one of them, Brenda sent me this fabric, and Brenda's on here. So Brenda sent me these Christmassy fabrics, and these patterns, you guys, look how tiny, but they're perfect for little teeny tiny matchboxes. So you'll be seeing these again probably on the matchboxes. So I've been playing, and I got out the tiny print fabric. So that's going to be part of the Christmas in July stuff. The other thing to note, though, I didn't shrink paper. An example would be this pattern on this paper is not this small if you print it 11 by or 8.5 by 11. I shrank them and put how many pages to a page? This is part of an Artie Mays kit. Where did they go? Where I shrank them down. I probably cut them all out already making stuff yesterday. I did. I think I put 12 to a page. Yes, I did. I put 12 to a page. So when you do 12 to a page, if I can find one that's cut out, they come out to be this. So this is supposed to be 8.5 by 11. I printed 12 pages to a page. And by doing that, this is the size they come to, which is perfect for the matchboxes. So if you're, and it shrinks everything. So it's like in proportion. So, and this is her, it's a Christmas kit, and I don't remember the name of it. From Artie Mays that I downloaded last year and didn't get to use. So you can take any papers, even free ones, if you can, and there are plenty of free holly background papers on Pinterest. Just print more of them to a page so you get the shrunken hollies. It shrinks everything down proportionately, and then you can use them on small things. I got a whole little stack of stuff over here falling over. So I was playing yesterday, and I was playing with those because I make prototypes of stuff. So I had to make the prototype. Also this weekend, I'm going to be working on my Artsology design team project as well as the prayer journal. I've got to get those videos up. That's why I'm thinking I might just go live earlier tomorrow, and then I can record the rest of the day. So be watching for those, because the Artsology journal is coming out rather interesting. The sewing journal. It's got some interesting things happening on it. But I got to make my desk have room to work. But I got the pages printed out and I've got them all backed. And what I was waiting on. Here's why I haven't put it up yet. Yes, tiny stuff. I love, y'all know I like tiny stuff. I had ordered a stamp set and a die set when I realized I was doing the sewing journal. I hope not, Deborah. Deborah, let me ask you this, because I know you like to come on the lives as well as everybody else. Is there a good time tomorrow that works better for you and I can try to, or does the evening work better? Because if I know that I'm going to come on in the evening, I can record during the day. I just won't upload them till later. So if the evening time is better, I can just, at least I know, record during the day. Hey, Misty. So I ordered a die set and I ordered a stamp set, which both had sewing machines in them. And I was waiting on that to come in because I wanted to use those in my sewing journal. So I'm kind of behind on my Artsology project because I was waiting on stamps and dies from AliExpress. But they came. And I'll give you a sneak peek. This is the sewing machine. I've already cut them out. Well, I started, but it came to a screeching halt because I was waiting on these dies to come in. Because I want to put these on my pages. Some of them. And then the stamp set. I think I showed it to you the other day. Because it's supposed to be on my desk for me to use in this project. And it probably is on my desk. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's probably just buried. Because it's what happens on my desk. Everything gets buried. Or it's with the papers and stuff. Which could be. Which the papers are back here, so I'm not going to mess with that stack. Thank you, Patricia. So I was just waiting on, I've been making some embellishments like y'all saw the button card ones. So I made my button cards. What else did I make? I made a little journal that I didn't show. I know I forget to. I think, Deborah, that comes from maybe us being the age we are where we grew up with a phone attached to a wall. So we couldn't take our phones with us. You know, you left the house, the phone was still on the wall. And then when they got cordless phones, they didn't leave the house either because they didn't reach anywhere. So I think it just comes from being the age that we are. We grew up not taking a phone everywhere we went. And there are times when I leave the house and my phone's sitting on the coffee table. Because I think it's still, even though I've had a cell phone for a long time, at this point in my life, I still live with a phone attached to the wall for longer than I've had a cell phone. There'll be a time when that won't be true. But for now, it's true. I was trying to find that stamp set. But it's not readily visible. And it should be. It really should be. Y'all did, I think y'all saw the video. There was a video where I made these button cards with the little quilted squares. And that was the last Artsology video I put up because I was waiting on my stamps to come. And they came. And now I don't know where I put them. And does anybody else do that? You get stuff and then you forget where you put it? Or is it just me? Well, if I can't find them, I'll have to clean my desk off again. That's all there is to that. It's every day, all day. Clean my desk off. all the time. I know they're right in this vicinity somewhere. Because I just had them. I mean, they just came in the mail. I even stamped with 2 of them to see how they would work. But now I can't find them. You know, if I didn't have 10 projects on my desk at a time, that would help. And I have not put up a video. I'm looking for the stamps that came in the other day, Brenda. The sewing stamps. I know I showed them to you. And I know they're on my desk somewhere. I know, but I got to find the stamps. So I have to clean off the desk to find the stamp set. Unless you know where I put it. If you know where I put it, that would be so helpful, Brenda. I doubt it. It would be very helpful if you could tell me where I put that. Labeling your boxes and plastic bins. Mine aren't labeled, but I know what's in all of them. And I know these didn't get put with the stamps because I was planning on using them this week. So they're not where they should be. I thought they'd be safe on my desk because I was going to be using them. But they're not. But I haven't done a hidden giveaway this week yet. So there'll be 2 recorded videos at least going up. And, well, 2. I got to work on the prayer journal, my artsology project. And I need to work on, well, I found where I stamped with them. I can show you guys that. And I need to work on iCads to get them caught up. Yeah, it's not under the sewing journal. I already tried that one. They're not anywhere near the sewing journal area. Nope. So, but here's what I stamped. Here's the sewing machine that came in the stamps. And it came with this really cool dress form. Hi, Christy. How are you? We're looking for my stamp set that I got to use in my sewing journal. And I've misplaced it, but I'll find it. It's somewhere on this desk. But since I got it and played with it, I'm doing good, Christy. Since I got it and played with it and did this, I've started the Christmas in July practicing project. I did the video yesterday and today, and I think I did another video. So yeah, I've had several projects on my desk. And so nothing's on my floor. Oh, thank you, Christy. I am thinking, because I have other pages which are in my sewing journal that I've created, of kind of making my own kind of sewing papers, background papers for a sewing journal. So this is some of my coffee dyed paper. And then I stamped on it. And y'all, stays on ink on this thin paper, goes through. This is 20-pound paper because I love 20-pound coffee dyed, but stays on, goes through. I didn't realize the stays on would do that, but it did. Oh, I thought that might have been them. Nope. It's just embellishments. Puppy paw prints. Double-sided tape don't go up there. I'm going to lose that next. And here's one of the examples. Excuse me. This is a background page that I made. Which is in the journal. And again, it's my own coffee dyed. Well, this is printed coffee dyed paper. See, it's white on that side. It's a fakery. Oh, Christy, your journals are awesome. Thank you, Christy. She does. Christy, by the way, did you ever find all the hidden pockets in your journal? There were 4 that I could figure out that you missed when you were going through it. It was kind of funny. Because I'm like, oh, she missed it. Oops, she missed that one. No, the stays on is actually right where it goes. That is where it goes. Go figure. Put the stays on where it goes. But the stamp set's on here. I'll find it. You look at it all the time. You're not sure. There is, on my channel, there is a walkthrough for it. I didn't put the walkthrough up, though, till after you had it and stuff. But there is a walkthrough, because I don't even remember where they are. In the walkthrough, when I went through it, I'm like, did I miss something? And I'm flipping back thinking I missed a pocket. But you may have found them all by now. The 2 of the ones that you did miss were inside the covers. Each cover is a pocket. The front cover and the back cover both are pockets. So if you didn't find those, that's 2 of the ones. Now she's going to go get her journal out and look. She likes hidden secret places, you guys. And when I saw her video that said that on it, I'm like, oh, now I know what to do. I'm going to put secret hidden spots. But then it's bad when you're the one that makes it and you can't find all your secret hidden spots. She's getting it right now. That's funny. I know. I watched your video. I am so glad you liked that journal. I worked really hard on that for Misty and for you. And I am so glad you liked it. And if y'all haven't seen that, that's the yellow. I did a video. It was a journal for Christy. And I did not put her last name, I don't think, on there. I may have. Because the video went up after she had it. And she had already done a walkthrough. You like this too, Misty? It's very subtle. And so you could still write on this paper and do stuff on it. Oh, she just found those hidden pockets. Then I know 2 more were corners of pages. There's like a little pocket, and if you untuck it, it flips out to the whole page. And there was one of those in each signature, I think. There's 2. So I know that's another one that you missed. Thank you, Deborah. So I'm thinking of putting up kind of a sewing journal kind of background papers. But that's not the focus of the one I'm making. Those are in there, but it's not like the focus. It's the Artsology paper. I just thought I could make something that would go with it pretty. She's laughing so hard. And then I don't remember what the other ones were that you... Oh, yes, I do. There was one that was a flip out. It was an envelope. You saw that it flipped, but you missed that the paper that was in it, it opened, but it also came out. And it's a business size envelope, I want to say, because it had a window in it. And I was laughing because I'm like, she didn't get it. She didn't get that that piece of ephemera comes out of that pocket. And I'm probably boring the rest of y'all talking about her journal while she's on here. And the things that she missed going through it. She's laughing so hard. So there will be a sewing journal eventually of mine making a kit that goes up in my Zibbet store. But not for a minute. So, well, guys, I guess that's everything for today. So, we did the yarn. Tomorrow is the Z. Y'all are going to be surprised what we do for Z. And then Monday, so there will be a hidden giveaway in one of the 3 recorded videos that go up over the weekend somewhere. And I try not to make those too long. Oh, wow. Thank you, Misty. And then Monday, we're going to start the travel journal. I have downloaded all kind of stuff because I'm going to Italy. I have an itinerary. I've been looking for bus tickets because you have to travel by bus. Bus ticket things and different ephemera to put in my fake journal, my fake vacation that I'm going to Italy on. We're going to start that on Monday. And I'll probably do a recorded of me putting all. Well, let me ask you guys, because you've been here through the whole thing. Would you rather have it recorded where I put all the ephemera we've made into the journal, or would you rather see it live? I can do it either way. Live. Okay, we can do it live. So we'll do that sometime next week on one of the live shows. We'll sit. I'll go on and sew the signatures in because y'all don't want, unless y'all want to see that again. I was gonna say y'all probably don't want to see that again, or I can get 2 of them sewed in and leave a 3rd one to sew in because there are 3 signatures now. Right, it does become recorded after it's live, but I do recordeds and then just put them up. I schedule them to go up. And the way you can tell the difference, guys, is it'll say on YouTube, streamed so many hours ago, so many days ago, a week ago, whatever. It had the word streamed if it was alive. If it was a recorded video, it'll say that it was uploaded. And then give a date. Right, Patricia, you can always watch the replay if you miss it. So we can also 2 signatures in, leave a 3rd one to get sewed in, and then we'll go and put all the ephemera in that we've made in there and figure out how we're going to put it in and that kind of thing. We'll do that next week. Now, the week of the 22nd, I'm going to be live in the evenings because I have jury duty that whole week. So, well, I don't know how the jury duty here works. It may be just the one day because it only said I had to report the one day. It may be the whole week. So I know the 22nd I won't be live. In the daytime, I'll go live in the evening, and then I can let you know how the jury duty thing is going to work for the rest of the week. Mother's never had jury duty here. We've only lived here for 3.5 years, and I have jury duty. I don't get it, but okay. So I know Monday the 22nd, I'll be live in the evening. Should be normal. Whatever normal may be at this point. Because my sleep schedule is all messed up. But that's it, guys. And this Monday we're doing, now, Deborah, you wanted to put that on your calendar for Monday. We're going to do our traveling fake vacation. My passport's ready to go. I got a boarding pass under there. I just have to put some information in. And then got my journal. I got to print out all my ephemeras that I have found so far. This is going to be fun. So that's going to be Monday. I'm planning on 10 o'clock in the morning. My time, which is Central, 10 Central. But it's not correct. Oh, thank you, Christy. We all have decided we're going to also have fake husbands. I want my husband to be Matthew McConaughey on my fake vacation. So you may see some Matthew McConaughey pictures here and there pop up, or I might just put his face on Nick's body. That's an idea because I have pictures of me and Nick. I could just glue Matthew's face on there, make my own form of a creeple. Well, that may not be a creeple, but yeah. So I think that's going to be my. I mean, I want it to be the ideal vacation. I want to go to Italy, and if I could choose who I'm going to go with, well, it would be my husband. But if I could have a fantasy, it would be Matthew McConaughey. I love his accent, so it'd be him, and he's not too bad to look at. So I might have to work on those images over the weekend, the superimposing faces. And Brenda was going to take somebody else's whole body and just put her face on somebody else's body, which might not be a bad idea either. Ooh, Misty, that's an idea. This is going to be so much fun on Monday, you guys. And I'm going to Italy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Deborah was going to go to Germany and Patricia was going to France, or vice versa. I know one of them was going one and one was going the other. And Sean Connery was involved. And Sam Elliott was involved. So yeah, we're having some fun. Okay, Misty. See, Deborah was going to go to Germany. And I've been finding all kind of cool stuff for Germany too. And of course, France always, we got a lot of ephemera for France. So yeah. Greece. Okay. Not Germany, Greece. So yeah. That's going to be Monday, and it'll probably be on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Probably ain't going to all get done in one day. But it's going to be fun, I think. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sure, some Ritz crackers with Sam Elliott. Oh, wow, Brenda. Now, is that going to be the faux vacation, or is that just to get him to go? It's going to be awesome fun. And then me and Misty have been bouncing some ideas around about some things we could do. I'm also going to try doing the StreamYard, which can take the place of Hangouts, because Hangouts is supposed to be going away August the 1st. At least that's what everybody that goes on Hangouts, they get a message from YouTube saying it's going to be going away August the 1st. So StreamYard is not an application. You go to their website. You put in your email address. They send you a code. You put your code in, and then you're able to use it. The free version, you can have 6 people, including yourself, on the panel. So it's 5 other people besides you can be on the panel. You send them the link. They can click it. The person who is hosting it, so the person whose channel it's on, has to go live through a computer or laptop with a webcam. Everybody else can use the phone. Anywhere out of there is a vacation. Sitting in my car would work just as good. AC running, of course. Yes, you're in Florida. You need the AC running. So, what was I saying? My mind just went blank. Oh, the Streamlabs. So Streamlabs, you don't have to download anything. And then it gives you options of where you want to go live, like Facebook, YouTube, or whatever. And if you, like, I chose YouTube, and it put in, as soon as I put it in and hit enter, it came up with my channel name. And then there's a create stream button. I tried it from my phone, which is how I know it doesn't work on a phone. It told me that I had to go live from a computer or a laptop with a webcam if I want to be the host. But anybody else that's invited could go from their phone. So I'm going to be trying Streamlabs out, probably in either an unlisted, so you may not see it because it's a trial thing, for me to try it out, see how the camera looks and all that. Because I know with Hangouts, you guys, my camera would look fine on my screen, but on YouTube, it was horrible. So I want to check and see how Streamlabs does with that. Does it look the same on YouTube as it does on the computer? Because right now, it looks exactly the same on both. It's just as clear. So I will be doing the Streamlabs thing to see if how it works. And there's all kind of stuff you can do with it. You can give yourself a border, from what I've heard. So I would want to play with it before I did it live. But I think that's going to be fun too, and give us an alternative to Hangouts. So that'll be good. So guys, that's everything. And for now, and then tomorrow we're going to go live. Probably not in the morning. It'll be in the afternoon to do the Z. Z is going to be fun. And we're going to check out this glue again to see if, once it's had time to cure, if it still reactivates. Because right now, I know what would happen if we wet this. It's going to just reactivate. Which surprised me that Weld Bond did that. I was not expecting the Weld Bond to reactivate. And the tacky glue didn't. So tacky glue, even though it may be cheaper and less expensive, putting it on a journal, if something like this has tacky glue under it. So if this was to get wet for whatever reason, this won't release. If I had put it on here with Elmer's and it was to get wet, it could technically come off because the glue reactivates. So, tacky glue. I love this pocket. I think I need to color it somehow. Or add some pretty somethings. A pretty paper. Now I'm looking for a pretty paper edge in my scrappy stuff. Because I have a whole pile of scrappy stuff over here. What do we got up here? Oh, that's pretty. It does not go with that, though, but it's pretty. So I'm looking at my bigger scraps, which I've used most of. Well, I found something we can use. Oh, we'll use this one because these printed out too big. For the miniatures Christmassy things, I printed them to wrap the boxes in, but they're too big. So I have to try again. But wouldn't that be pretty on there? Now to figure out what portion. I think I want to do like the middle portion. And I'm going to cut it on this line so I can get it straight. And then we're going to be done. We're just going to do one more little plaything. And so, I think I'm going to tear it. And I think I like that. Or maybe that. I think I like that better. Okay, let's glue. Now we have a pocket on a pocket because I left it open. So maybe we can put some little tiny ephemeras in there of stuff that we made. So that's it, guys. I just made a little tiny pocket. I think that's cute. And it covered up the upside down words because I wasn't paying attention when I made that pocket. So that's everything for now. And then I will be back tomorrow in the afternoon sometime with Z. Is for we don't know yet. It's a secret till tomorrow. So I'll see everybody tomorrow. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. And if you don't make it tomorrow, enjoy your weekend. Bye, everybody. Wait, I didn't click yet. Misty, you're sending me something? Misty. You're welcome, Patricia. Thank you, Christy. Is Misty still here? Thank you, Misty, but you're not. Okay, in a message. Very cool, because I was going to say, don't you be bad. I'll have to fire you. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.